Hello, adventurers! I'm Gray, and welcome back to Graveyard Keeper, where we just witnessed a magnificent burning. We're not quite at 100 happiness with the Inquisitor. We're getting there. We gotta set up ourselves another stand for the third, and I think final, burning. We got the beer, we just gotta get the burgers, and I think we have them made. I think they're at home. So we'll do that. I also, at some point, want to unlock the last recipe I have in my book of recipes. I believe it was bringing a gold star beer to Horadric at the tavern, which I will do at some point, don't worry. I think I just turned in all my beers though, so I'm probably going to have to make some new ones. We have plenty though, look at all this. Look at all these hops right here. We have an excess of beer potential. You know what, I might just go ahead and bring a couple of these, maybe 20 or so. I don't remember how much we needed. I'll bring 25. I'll bring 25 of them down to the beer maker, get ourselves another set made just for our own uses, and perhaps we can enjoy some of our own beer because we're of age. I'm of age now. I'm 21, so technically I can drink. I'm in the US, by the way, so drinking age is 21, but I don't have any plans on it. It's not my idea of a good time, you know. I don't know. Maybe if I actually did drink some, then I would find that I like it, but as of right now, nothing about drinking appeals to me at all. In fact, nothing even about drinking coffee and stuff appeals to me at all. And I think I have a bit of a pride thing going on, because I don't like the idea of using these sorts of enhancers, these sorts of drugs, chemicals, to help myself get through a day, to like make myself feel better. I want to be able to be happy on my own without needing something to help accentuate it like that. Which sounds weird because I know like things like playing video games and all that sort of stuff give you dopamine anyway, so technically happiness itself is a drug, but I just don't like it. It's not my kind of thing, so it's my personal choice not to do that. I also don't like the taste of coffee, and I'm fairly certain I wouldn't like the taste of alcohol based on how it smells to me. So I don't know. People say that alcohol smells bad even to people who like alcohol, so I'm like, in terms of my health, I'm a weird mix. So I feel like I eat and drink fairly healthy. Like the only things I actually drink are tea and water. Actually, did I already put in the amount of burgers I needed? I can't find where I put the remaining burgers, if I made remaining burgers. I'm not quite sure about that. But as I was saying, the only things I drink are tea and water. And generally only hot tea and hot water, or warm water I should say. At the very least, room temperature. Never cold tea, never cold water. I don't even like milk or anything like that. That's just sort of how it's been for a long time. Like when I was young, I used to love cold water and cold drinks and things like that. My mom quickly like put me off of that as much as she could. She would always tell me about how warm drinks are better for my body and how tea is good and all that sort of stuff. And because of that, I never drank any soft drinks. I never got into that. I never got into sweet tea or anything like that, which is almost blasphemous since I live in sort of southern US. So, nowadays I'm very grateful about that because otherwise I would have never grown to love warm drinks because kids just don't love warm drinks naturally. At least that's from what I've seen. But because my parents put me onto it so much, now I can have them all the time. It just makes me feel so good. Like waking up to having some, actually I have some hot tea right next to me. Waking up to some hot green tea or hot black tea. Black tea if you want some caffeine. I generally don't like caffeine, so I don't like coffee either. So I usually go for green tea. Generally decaffeinated green tea. Occasionally caffeinated. I don't know why I'm going into detail about this. But waking up to some tea, some hot tea in the morning feels great. I'm just walking back and forth at this point. I don't know what I'm doing. I should probably plant my crops while I talk. And then going to sleep with some chamomile tea, or just sitting like by the computer doing homework with some hot chamomile tea is just the best, the absolute best feeling. I love it so much. I'm basically, oh, I didn't mean to use that fertilizer. I'm basically just swapping teas throughout the day, to be honest. Like, I'll put one tea bag in, and this is also blasphemous for people who drink a lot of tea, because like, or for people who like the taste of tea a ton. I would just reuse the same tea bag and just put in hot water again, over and over and over again throughout the day. And the flavor gets worse and worse over time. Or not worse and worse, but just less and less. Like it's less strong the more you refresh it. But I don't want to like waste my tea bags. It makes tea bags last the whole day almost. And generally, I just like the feeling of drinking something with a bit of a flavor that's just hot. I like things that are just hot and make my body feel warm and cozy inside. So that's sort of why I drink it. It's nice, and it's good to stay hydrated just in general. If you find a drink that that's not a soft drink, because soft drinks make you more thirsty than you are without it. But just like a regular drink, water or tea or even like coffee or something. I don't know, does coffee make you more thirsty? I don't remember. But something that keeps you hydrated throughout the day. That's healthy. Just keep a cup on you all the time. And it's nice. This is actually the last set I think I can plant using my current set of quality fertilizer. Do I have another 3? I have another 2. You know what? I'll plant them over here. Because that's sort of my wheat section over there for my revitalizing breads. Alright, I basically just decided to set up this whole farm, so it's looking pretty snazzy over here. Look at this place, looking pretty nice. I'm not sure what's going on with the Inquisitor. If I need to make him more burgers or anything. If I lost my current burgers, if I stored them somewhere. Are they in like a chest out here? I thought I made extras. Like I thought I made just enough for him. Apparently not though. Apparently not. Man, all this talk about burgers has made me really hungry for a burger though. But I've got no food over here other than easily microwavable stuff. And I'm scared to leave my house because of coronavirus. What is a man to do? You know what? This farm's actually looking pretty nice now. I'm feeling like a full-fledged farmer at this point. You might as well give me my doctorates in farmery. I have a PhD in farmery. Haha. Passed down from my father to me, because that's how degrees work. Let's get ourselves a nice little beer going. In here. Mug of beer. Here, top tier. Lots of rhymes here. No fear. Well, I got some beer. Might as well go take it to Heradric and see if that works well for what we're trying to do. Got our last little cooking recipe going, which I think is some Japanese food. So I can live out my dreams of moving to Japan, which I can't do right now because of coronavirus. I can be a real Japanese anime character. They probably wouldn't want me there, to be honest. I heard about the last witch burning. Sounds like it was quite an event. I think it's absolutely barbaric, but who am I to judge? In the old days, our people arranged fights to death just for entertainment. I don't support the burning. For me, it's just a way to sell beer. Don't forget the burgers. I prefer the burgers. People even told me that you serve better beer than I do here, but I don't believe them. It's actually pretty good. I can bring you some. Oh, okay, so this is where I was supposed to bring a Gold Star beer to Heradric. Well, fortunately for you, I got it right here. Hopefully you like it. By thunder, it's great. You are a fine brewer indeed. You know what? Go upstairs and take the scroll from my table. It's my secret project. Honey beer. I think you just might be able to do it. Oh, so it's not Japanese foods. I thought it was like sashimi and stuff. Or did I already unlock sashimi and things like that? Might have. No, I did not. Maybe that was like a previous thing before they updated the game. Okay, well, regardless, let's go take a look up there and see what we can get. We can finally go to the top. So, let's take a little tour of this place. What's up, viewers, and welcome to my crib. Today, we're gonna take a look at Heradric's upstairs. As you can tell, this is his wardrobe right here. Instead of clothes, he stored all his books in here. Let's see, what do they have to say? Top 10 pinup figures, okay, we're not gonna look at that again. Here we have some armor sets. We have the famous Gladiator, back when they used to battle to the death. The famous Gladiator, this one is the one who died. And the famous Gladiator, but this one's the famed Naked Larry. Naked Larry was our favorite guy. Somehow he always got out unscathed, and I don't know how. This is Heradric's chest that I'm not allowed to look in because he never gave me the key, like that's ever stopped me before. And we have Heradric's bedroom, where he has a nice shield and swords anchored up on the wall. If this was Breath of the Wild, I'd be taking that down and surfing it down the mountain. We got ourselves some bedside tables, probably got all of his hidden magazines in there, if you know what I mean. We got some more potions stored up here, or is that beer? Who knows, you gotta taste it to try it, if you're brave enough. Another chest stored in the corner here, but I can walk behind it, so clearly he's not pushing it against the wall close enough. What a misuse of space. And then finally we have over here some sort of a... I think it's a work table. I think it has a sword on it, so I think he's been making some stuff up here. Honestly, that's some skills that I never knew Horadric had. Oh, forgot to point out his giant bed over here. Not sure who he sleeps with, considering how his wife probably hates him. What a nice painting, though. I mean, actually, I don't know if nice is the right word for that painting. It's a little bit creepy, to be honest. Looks like some witches are about to do some sort of ceremony. Anyway, I think you need a new bed, Horadric. Or, no, not a new bed. You need a new place, to be honest. Your floor is cracking up. Your wallpaper's coming off. Your table looks like it's tilted, and probably some legs are shorter than the others. And you're dripping candle all over the ground. This place is a mess, Horadric. You gotta get your act together. But honestly, it's pretty large, though. And for, like, a middle-aged sort of place, not that bad. Special beer. Alright, let's do it. Use a mug of mead. There we go. And now if we go into our cookery, we have it. We can make it at the brewing stand. I kind of want to take a look at what it takes to make. He said honey beer, so probably takes honey to make. I don't know much about alcohol, so if you couldn't tell from my previous tirade about it. So I wouldn't be able to tell you what different types of alcohol are made out of, other than that sake is made out of rice, because I'm a filthy weeb. If you're wondering, I did do the prayer day. I don't have to showcase that every single time, I think, because you've seen a lot of prayers in your time, I'm sure. Some of them great, some of them also great, because all of the prayers I give are absolutely great, and you're not allowed to criticize them, by the way. If you do, you're going to be burned as a witch. There you go. We're going to go ahead and craft 2 more sets of burgers, because why not? I don't know if we need to do another burning, but we might. And it's always best to be prepared. Oh, I forgot I have to do them in 2 separate sets. There we go. Wonderful. We got ourselves some beer, not enough for another set. We got ourselves some burgers, enough to finish our current set, but not enough for another one as well. In fact, we might as well go ahead and store 3 of them in here. And all of the beers. Why not? Why not? Why not? And now we just gotta wait again. Wait for the good old Merchant Day and the good old Inquisitor Day. Actually, before we wait, we should probably at least throw on the burgers. Okay, so we're ready for the next banquet. Hopefully the last one. I've definitely done 2 now. For sure, at least, if not 3. And so this would be the 3rd one if I haven't already done 3 of them already. We'll see. I've lost count. I haven't played in a while, so I lost count. The game doesn't really keep track of them. So hopefully this is enough. And now let's go and meditate. Honestly, some meditation might be good for me in real life at this point, based off how much concentration I need just to get things done sometimes. I'm at like a point now with the amount of work I have to do that it's the biggest struggle for me is finding where to get started and finding the motivation to get started. Because once I get going, like I can go for hours on end straight without taking breaks. But figuring out what I want to do first and trying to plan out how much time I want to spend on that and how much I want to spend on other things is quite the effort, I must say. Well, that's regarding school stuff and just the amount of homework I have to do and studying for that. But we're chilling, we're meditating, we're having a good time. Dung dung. Dawn of the 3rd day. Let us go to the merchant man and see what he has to tell us for all of our great victories in our sales of dinners to the city. I wish I could actually go to the city, or actually I think it's called the town. But unfortunately, I cannot. I don't think it matters which ladder I go out of. Let's go over here. Have we sold enough yet? Okay, our company has become well known. Great, now I see why the baker gave me a free pie this morning. People are starting to talk about our product's high quality. Too bad we can't sell more than 10 crates per week. Darn license restrictions. But the better... I forget what that's called. Fame, I think it's fame. But the better fame we have, the better price I can get. Soon we'll be able to think about expanding our production line. You know, the town does not live by bread alone. Same here. The sales have been made. Great. Now we have a decent share of the market. This is the perfect foothold for our plan. Indeed, we gotta push our way into the marketplace. As a guy working towards my MBA, I respect such an entrepreneur. But we still need to secure the support of the Royal Council. I think I know a way we can gain the Royal Council's full support. When you're ready, my friend, I'll share the plan with you. Alright, so how was dinner? The dinner was magnificent. We've gained some support in the Royal Council. I think I know a way to gain the Royal Council's full support. When you're ready, my friend, I'll be glad to share my plan with you. Alright. I've heard rumors you have a salty fork. I thought I had this conversation before. I've reached a point in my life that a salty fork is something I desperately need. Maybe I didn't. So, if not, we're having it now. Oh, well, this salty fork means a lot to me. It was one of 2 things that I found with my brother. We were looking for food at the town dump, and I found this fork. I think it came from the Great Blast. I don't think I had this conversation before, actually. I'm from a very poor family, and this fork made me who I am. I looked at it for hours, imagining what is it for. I decided to travel and find some answers. So I left the town. I discovered that forks are for eating. Wow, what a discovery. Honestly, what a genius right here. So smart. Also, I learned a lot of other wonderful things. You know, sometimes I think this fork actually makes things tastier. Haha. Now I'm on the brink of a new phase of my life. I could give it to you. But first, I want to be sure that you're worthy of the gift. Okay, interesting. What can I even buy from you right now, by the way? Silk, royal fish, grapeseed, fasted diamond. Not much that I care about, to be honest. In fact, nothing I care about. So about the final plan. Does anything else stand between you and the job? I think we've done everything you wanted. Almost. The head of the Royal Council isn't a member of the Gourmets Club. But he has a weakness. What weakness? Miss Charms. Charms. Heraldric knows a lot about that. If you know... Oh, actually... shouldn't be saying that. Oh. Do I be innocent? I'm an innocent boy. What do you mean? Sometimes she gives some private concerts. Sorry, I still don't get it. Well, he's rather fond of her little melodies, so to speak. You know. So Miss Charm is the only person who can talk him into supporting me. Dang, I was hoping that would keep going. That was pretty good. And you're the kind of guy who could possibly get along with her. And there it is, a simple yet elegant plan. Any specific instructions? Not really. I've always chosen a good dinner over the company of a woman. I can tell. Haha. Just tell me when you've got her on our side. Alright. So let's see, when is Miss Charm's day? We have another week to pass before it's Miss Charm's day, it seems. A whole lot of waiting. Just a whole lot of waiting. I should have taken the shortcut. Well, it's Inquisitor Day, so it's either time to witness another burning, or to witness the fruits of our labor and get ourselves some nice progress with this quest line. Either way, it's good. Should be fun. Should be a good time. Don't quote me on that in real life. That would be very dangerous. But alright, Mr. Inquisitor. Let's see what you have in store. I'm feeling a little bit tired right now. I'd be down for just a nice little burning. Just pass the time. You know. Hello there. Dark, dark days for humankind. I have 2 pieces of news for you. One bad and one good. First, the bad news. I'm sorry to say it, but there's a chance our king is possessed. Oh no, that's horrible. He's been talking too much recently about humanity and human rights. I had an audience with him, and he told me it's not okay to just grab people without any evidence and burn them alive. I wonder why that is. Man, such a shame. So we need to put our little burning on pause until we bring him some evidence. But here's the good news. I know where we can get this evidence. Not long ago we were torturing, interrogating a witch. She swore up and down that she was innocent, but just after her death, a big ghost that looked like a chicken with red eyes appeared above her, and the ghost with the creepy voice said that the reckoning is at hand. The ancient curse returns, and soon the dead will wage war upon the living. Sounds like witchcraft to me, but we decide to ask someone from the university about this ancient curse. We had one of them in the next cell over, in fact. He told us that once a terrible curse was laid upon the town, and it was quieted by an ancient contract. The first sign of the curse's return should be dark magic organs inside the corpses. Okay, this is the dark heart we need. Okay. We'll need to gather them. A dark heart, dark brain, and dark intestine. Find them in corpses and bring them to me as an evidence of witchcraft for the king. Got it, got it. Here are some older notes. Maybe they'll help you. Okay. Progress, progress. Good, good, good. So we can progress on Snake's quest. We can get all of this stuff for the Inquisitor's quest. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, do we really need to do more burnings with him? I think that gets his happiness up, though. Maybe. Not certain about that. Maybe not. Maybe we don't need to do any more burnings. I might have made the extra burgers and beer for nothing. Whatever. We do need to get the dark things off of these bodies, and this is about where I wanted to end the episode off. I want to take a look at one body, though, and just see what we can harvest out of it now. I never did look up how to make mead, did I? It is just a honey added to the usual ingredients. Instead of wheat, you use honey. You make mead instead of beer. Is mead better? Yeah, mead is a bit better than beer as well. Plus, I don't need to grow wheat for it, so maybe it might be a good way to spend my honey. It's a good bit of energy and health, to be honest, for something that you can make fairly simply. Alright, Mr. Tom Jenkins, what can I get off of you? That's not exactly what I was looking for. How do you harvest the dark pieces? Is it in anatomy? Is there something I need to unlock for it? Preparation place 2. What is this? Is an autopsy table. Do we have a preparation place? That's an autopsy. That's a pallet. What is this? Embalming table. Embalming table 2. Resurrection table. How do we make a preparation place? So that's a new thing we have to make, and then we can harvest the dark organs off them. Interesting. Well, we will work on that later, I think. Because for now, that is all for Graveyard Keeper. If you enjoyed this episode, I would appreciate a like, comment, or subscription. They really, really do help me out, especially considering how small of a channel we are. And I'll see you all on the next adventure.